Have you ever filmed a video and then after transferring your footage to your computer, you're looking at it and you go like, my video is really bad. It's blurry, it's dark, or maybe your angle's really bad, like you're somewhere here. You have wardrobe malfunction, or your accessories are just in disarray and everything's just messy and the video just looks so bad. Maybe some parts of the video are good, but then generally it's bad. So don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to fix that without you having to do another filming. Welcome everyone to my channel. My name is Jackie D. If this is your first time, I'm very happy to meet you. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. And you probably noticed my vase. Spring is in the air, so I have some flowers here. So just so I can feel spring inside. So today I'm talking about how we can fix our video if it's really, really bad, but we don't want to do another filming, because let's admit it, it takes a lot of time and preparation to just do an episode. Your clothes, your lighting, and your mood. You know, as they say, the first reaction is always the best. Of course, because it's natural. So if you did a filming and you have to redo it, sometimes it affects your confidence. It affects your mood because you're like, oh, I already did it. Why? Anyways, I have tips for you so that you can salvage that actual video. Before I move on, I'm just so happy also to let you know that my ebook, The Instagram Wow Factor, How to Build a Spectacular Online Presence, is already on Amazon, and I'm so excited. So check that out. I'm going to put the link in the description below, and then that way you can easily find the ebook. So it's selling for $5.99 Canadian, and it has 50 pages of impactful guidelines and tips and tutorials from my experience as a TV host and producer since 2014, and of course as a content creator. So grab a copy right now. Moving on. Whatever editing software you use, or whether you're editing on your phone or on your desktop, then these tips are general guidelines and you can definitely use them. First scenario. Most of your video is good, but there are parts that are not really good. So let's say the bad parts are suddenly you were blurry, or you were not facing the camera, or you had this wardrobe malfunction, or your hair was in disarray, or your expression was not very fitting to what you were saying, right? Or you were over the top, or things like that. You can definitely cover that part of your footage with a photo, or maybe a blank page. You can color it and then put some text on there, or you can blur it and then put text right there, or you can do some jump cut from talking and then suddenly you put a B-roll, right? And you can get B-rolls from Pexels, my favorite, and I will put a link here. And that way you can continue to talk while you're putting all of these B-rolls and photos and text on top of your video. So the secret is this one. Don't ever fail with your audio. Your audio is number one. Because, you know, let's say you're busy doing something on the side, you can keep your YouTube video going and you're just listening because the audio is good. And sometimes, you know, you don't need to look at the video because you're already understanding what's being talked about, right? But if your audio is really bad and your video is bad, well, you know what? I'd say cut that out. You want your audience to have an amazing experience watching your video. They deserve that, you know. They're listening to you. They want to learn from you. So you want to give them a really good experience watching you. Next scenario. Let's say your background's really bad. Let's say tilted frame or tilted lens or things like that. Or, there's some movement on here, like your cat or your dog was there and you didn't want your pet to be part of the screen, right? You can always zoom in. You know, and I was a TV producer in the past. We were very particular about how much of your body shows on screen. And you have to show your torso. You cannot be this close. You can be farther, but this is the closest you can get. Now, thankfully, because there's vlogging and all these dynamic engagements you see on screen now on YouTube. You can show your full face or sideways. It's now become an accepted way of delivering your message. You can definitely zoom in and hide all those messy things, right? Or you can stay with the same frame, but then you can make your frame smaller and make it an inset. So instead of your entire self filling up the screen, you're now a little inset, and then you can put some informative videos here or posters or photos, right? And then that way it's not very obvious if your video is bad because it's smaller. The smaller, of course, the less obvious. So now, if you don't want to do all those adjustments, see if you can still work with the attributes of the video itself. Check for contrast, for brightness, for sharpness, and exposure. Make sure you don't want to expose yourself too much. Now, if you're going to do adjustments with brightness, contrast, exposure, sharpness, or things like that, make sure to adjust the whole footage. Don't chop, edit, and then adjust, because you'll end up adjusting every footage. Oh my gosh, I've done that, and it was tedious, and it was very time consuming. Fourth scenario. Now, this is if you are interviewing someone, whether you're both in the studio, in person, or you're doing a Zoom. And I've had that because of my experience hosting on TV and even interviewing, right? As a host, it's very important that you show your guest in the best possible light. And I've had guests where they were talking while fixing their hair, or they were talking while fixing their mic, or they were trying to grab stuff and they were talking. And that's not very nice to show, right? When that happens, don't focus on them. Focus on you. Because you'd be listening. And that's fine. The focus is on you listening while she's talking. And then you're editing, and when she's clear and she's already all prim and proper, then focus on her again. The goal is to always make them look good. Now, if you're also not looking good, then of course, that's where you want to put photos to talk about the guest, or, if they have an event that's coming up, use that option. Also, when you're interviewing, it's very important that you watch the angles. If the angle of your guest or your angle is not good enough, then you can always use the B-rolls or things like that. So there are ways to fix a video that's not perfect. And you don't have to do another filming. If you learned from this episode, don't forget to hit the like button, share and comment, and I hope you can subscribe. Don't forget, because I have lots of amazing tips and tutorials for you, and I don't want you to miss. And don't forget, check out my new ebook. If you're growing your Instagram, if you're feeling stuck, then that might be a solution for you. Come drop by my other platforms. I have my Instagram. Come visit me and follow me. I have my new TikTok. TikTok is so much fun, right? I'm having so much fun with TikTok. It's very dynamic. It's very visual. And really, there's almost no parameter. Like, you just keep going, right? And then there's my blog, JackieD.com. And check out my newsletters, my events on here. And of course, my Twitter as well. And I have a new Facebook page right here. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.